Most people think a Porsche that reaches 300,000 miles is a miracle, but it almost never is. The cars that get there belong to owners who understand a handful of pro-level habits, while the ones that fail early belong to someone who ignored them. So today I am walking you through 12 pro tips that separate the Porsches cruising past 300,000 miles from the ones sitting in a workshop, and number 1 is the single most important of them all. Let us get into it. Number 12. The first pro tip and the foundation of everything else is to change your oil far more often than the manual suggests, because a Porsche engine lives and dies by the quality of its oil. Those long factory intervals were written for ideal conditions, and the short trips, spirited driving, and heat cycles that these cars actually see count as severe service, which means the oil is working far harder and wearing out far sooner than the book assumes. Clean oil is the single cheapest insurance a flat 6 or a V8 has, carrying away heat and contaminants and protecting the tight tolerances these engines are built to. And tired, broken-down oil is exactly where expensive wear quietly begins. Rather than stretching to the longest interval, the owners who reach the big numbers treat a shorter, severe service interval as their normal, changing the oil and filter early and often without fail. On engines that are known to be sensitive, that discipline is not optional. It is the difference between an engine that lasts and one that does not. It costs very little compared with the price of any serious engine work, and it underpins every other tip on this list. Do this one thing religiously and you have already won half the battle for longevity. It also gives you a regular chance to catch trouble early, because whoever is under the car for the oil change will often spot a weeping seal or the first sign of a leak long before it turns into a real problem. Think of every oil change as a cheap health check for the whole car as well as fresh protection for the engine. But fresh oil only protects you if it is exactly the right oil. Number 11. The second pro tip is to use the exact Porsche-approved oil specification and a genuinely good filter, because with these engines the details matter enormously. Porsche approves particular oils to specific standards for each engine for a very good reason, since the tolerances, the oil galleries, and the way these engines shed heat were all designed around those approvals, and pouring in the wrong grade to save a little money quietly works against the engineering. The same is true of the filter, because a cheap, poorly made one can restrict flow or fail to trap the fine particles that grind an engine down over time, so a quality filter is never the place to economize. This is one of the easiest mistakes to make and one of the most damaging, because the wrong oil in a hard-working performance engine can accelerate wear in ways you will not see until it is too late. Stick religiously to the correct approved specification, choose a reputable oil and a proper filter, and you keep the engine running exactly as its designers intended for the long haul. It is a small piece of knowledge that protects the single most expensive component in the car. Get it right every single time, and the heart of your Porsche stays healthy for hundreds of thousands of miles. It is worth keeping a note of the exact approved oil and filter your engine needs, so there is never any confusion at the counter or any temptation to accept whatever a shop happens to have on the shelf. Because with these engines, the correct approval is not a suggestion, it is part of the design. What comes next protects the engine every time you start it. Number 10. The third pro tip is to warm the car up gently and drive it smoothly, especially in the first few minutes of every journey, because cold starts are when the most engine wear happens. When you first fire up a Porsche, the oil is thick and is drained down, so it takes time to circulate and properly protect everything, and thrashing a cold engine before that happens grinds away at parts that should last the life of the car. You do not need to sit idling for 10 minutes, in fact that does little good. You simply drive away gently and keep the revs sensible until the temperature has come up to normal. These are engines that genuinely reward being warmed properly before you use their performance, and the owners who respect that routinely see their engines last far longer. The same smoothness pays off everywhere. Because gentle inputs, easing off before you brake, and avoiding constant hard use all reduce stress on the engine, the transmission, and the driveline. It is not about driving slowly, it is about driving mechanically sympathetically, letting the car reach its happy operating temperature before you ask for everything it has. Treat every cold start with that respect, then enjoy the performance once it is warm, and you quietly bank thousands of extra miles. The same care matters at the end of a hard run too, because giving a hot engine a minute of gentle driving before you switch it off lets temperatures settle rather than heat-soaking sensitive parts. None of this asks anything of you except a little patience, and it is one of the clearest dividing lines between engines that last and engines that do not. What comes next keeps the engine breathing properly. Number 9. The fourth pro tip is to stay ahead of the parts that let the engine breathe and spark cleanly. The spark plugs and the air filters, because a well-fed, cleanly firing engine is a long-lived one. Spark plugs wear over time and make the engine work harder to run smoothly, and a clogged air filter chokes it, hurting both performance and efficiency while putting unnecessary strain on everything over the long term. Replacing the plugs at sensible intervals and swapping the air filters before they turn black and restrictive are simple, inexpensive jobs that keep the engine running crisply and burning cleanly. On these engines, keeping combustion healthy also helps keep temperatures and deposits under control, which quietly protects longevity in ways you never see directly. It is the kind of routine attention that never feels urgent, which is exactly why so many owners let it slide until problems appear, and by then the engine has been working harder than it ever should have. The pros treat this as basic housekeeping done on schedule without fail, so the engine is never fighting itself just to run. Stay ahead of it and your Porsche keeps running as sweetly at high mileage as it did when it was new. These jobs also give you a useful window into the engine's health, because worn plugs and a filthy filter often tell a story about how the car has been running, letting you catch a developing issue early. On many of these engines, the plugs and filters are a job a careful owner can even tackle themselves with a little research. And keeping a small stock of the correct parts means you are never tempted to stretch the interval just because it is inconvenient. Up next, a fluid nearly everyone neglects. Number 8. The fifth pro tip is to flush the brake fluid and properly look after the brakes, because on a Porsche, good brakes are about far more than just stopping. Brake fluid absorbs moisture from the air over time, and that water lowers its boiling point and quietly corrodes expensive components from the inside, which leads to seized calipers, a spongy pedal, and the premature failure of parts that should last for years. Flushing the fluid on schedule is a cheap job that protects the entire braking system, and it matters even more on a car whose brakes can work genuinely hard, because fresh fluid resists the heat that spirited driving generates. Keeping the calipers, slides, and pads clean and moving freely also stops uneven wear that can damage discs and wheel bearings. And a dragging brake creates heat and drag that wears tires without you realizing. The pros treat brake fluid as a scheduled service item, never a fill-for-life one, and they act on any change in how the brakes feel. Look after the braking system, and you protect both your safety and a whole chain of expensive parts around it. Never let the brake fluid go stale, because on a car this capable, it quietly costs you far more than the flush ever would. In wetter or coastal climates, this matters even more, because moisture and salt attack brake components aggressively, and a caliper that has been left to seize can ruin a disc and overheat a bearing in short order. A little attention here keeps the whole corner of the car healthy, not just the pads, and it keeps a genuinely fast car stopping the way it needs to. What comes next lives in the suspension and the tires. Number 7. The sixth pro tip is to stay on top of your tires, your alignment, and the suspension, because on a Porsche, these quietly affect far more than just how it feels. Tires that are worn, underinflated, or out of alignment create extra stress that feeds straight into the suspension, the bearings, and the driveline, wearing expensive components long before their time. And on a car this precise, even small alignment issues blunt the handling that makes it special. Rotating and correctly inflating the tires and checking the alignment whenever you fit new ones or feel the car pulling protects everything downstream and keeps the car driving the way it should. The suspension itself has wear items, the bushings, the arms, and the mounts, that soften and deteriorate over the years, and replacing them as they wear keeps the car tight, precise, and easy on the rest of its components. A Porsche running true and properly set up puts far less stress on itself mile after mile, which is exactly what you want when you are chasing really big numbers. Treat the tires and the suspension as part of your maintenance routine, not an afterthought, and the whole car ages more slowly. It is also one of the easiest habits to build, because a quick pressure check every couple of weeks and a rotation at every oil change costs almost nothing and takes only minutes. Uneven tire wear is often the first visible clue that something else is going wrong, a tired bushing or a slipping alignment, so paying attention to how your tires wear effectively gives you an early warning system for the whole chassis. And on a Porsche, a healthy chassis is a huge part of the joy of ownership. Now before we get into the top 6, a quick favor. If you found this interesting, feel free to check out my ebook in the description or scan the QR code on the right, and don't forget to subscribe. Number 6. The 7th pro tip is to service your transmission fluid on a sensible schedule, whatever gearbox your Porsche has. Because the idea that it is filled for life is one of the most expensive myths in the car world. Whether you have a dual-clutch PDK, an older automatic, or a manual, the fluid inside works hard and breaks down over time, and letting it degrade quietly wears components that are extremely expensive to repair or replace. Changing that fluid at sensible intervals, rather than the optimistic ones some schedules suggest, keeps the transmission shifting cleanly and lasting far longer, and it is a cheap job compared with the alternative. On a manual car, that means looking after the clutch and the gearbox oil, and on the automatics and dual-clutch cars, it means fresh fluid before the old fluid has a chance to cause harm. The pros know that the transmission is one of the most costly things on the whole car to fix, so they never let its fluid cook. It is easy to forget, precisely because the car rarely complains until it is in real trouble, which is exactly why putting it on a schedule matters. Look after the transmission fluid, and you remove one of the biggest single threats to long-term reliability. Because it is so easy to forget, simply writing it onto your maintenance schedule at the start is half the battle, since once it is on the list, it actually gets done. A car that has had every fluid changed on time, not just the engine oil, feels tighter and shifts more cleanly for far longer, and it is far less likely to spring a costly out-of-nowhere failure. What comes next is a mindset that saves you the most money of all. Number 5. The 8th pro tip is to fix small problems the moment they appear, because on the road to 300,000 miles, nothing stays small if you ignore it. A faint new noise, a small oil weep on the driveway, a warning light you have been meaning to check. Every one of them is the car trying to tell you something while the fix is still cheap. On a Porsche in particular, a minor oil leak from a seal or an oil separator or a small coolant weep can develop into something serious if it is left. So catching these early is the difference between a minor job and a major one. The owners who reach the big numbers treat the car as a system, chasing down the little issues while they are still little and never letting a problem compound into a catastrophe. It takes discipline and a bit of curiosity, but getting familiar with how your car normally sounds, feels, and smells means anything new stands out immediately so you can act on it promptly. Listen to your Porsche, watch for the small changes, and deal with them straight away rather than hoping they disappear. Stay ahead of the little things, and the big, wallet-emptying failures simply never get the chance to happen. It helps to get genuinely familiar with your particular car, because once you know its normal baseline, a new vibration, a fresh drip, or a slightly different sound stands out immediately and you can investigate while it is still cheap. That instinct, built up over time, is one of the most valuable and completely free tools a long-term Porsche owner has, and it costs nothing but attention. What comes next surprises a lot of owners. Number 4. The 9th pro tip is to actually drive your Porsche regularly, because these cars genuinely hate sitting, and long periods of inactivity can do more harm than the miles ever would. When a car sits for months, the oil drains away from surfaces that need protection, seals dry out and can start to leak. The fuel ages, the battery slowly dies, brakes can seize, and tires develop flat spots. So a car that is barely used can quietly deteriorate while looking perfectly healthy in the garage. Regular use keeps everything lubricated, keeps the seals supple, keeps the battery charged, and keeps the whole car in the condition it was designed to be used in. That does not mean thrashing it. It means giving it a proper regular run that lets everything reach full operating temperature and circulate as it should. If you genuinely must store one for a while, then proper storage preparation is its own discipline. But for most owners, the simple answer is to get out and enjoy the car, because it is the best thing you can do for it. A Porsche that is used and loved stays far healthier than one that is wrapped up and forgotten. This surprises a lot of people, because the instinct with a special car is to preserve it by hardly using it, when in reality, gentle, regular exercise is exactly what keeps all the seals, fluids, and systems in the condition they were designed for. A car that covers steady, sensible miles year after year, properly warmed and properly maintained, will very often prove more reliable than a low-mileage garage queen that has spent its life slowly seizing up. So do not be afraid of the miles. Be afraid of neglect and inactivity instead. Up next, the professional habit that ties everything together. Number 3. The 10th pro tip is to build a relationship with a genuine Porsche specialist and to keep meticulous records of everything you do, because expertise and consistency are what truly protect these cars. A specialist who genuinely knows Porsches will spot developing issues early, use the correct parts and fluids, and follow the known procedures for your specific model, which is worth far more than saving a little money at a general garage that does not know the car. Alongside that, keeping a detailed log of every service, fluid, and repair turns vague guesswork into certainty. So you always know exactly what has been done and what is due next, and nothing slips through the cracks for years unnoticed. That same documented history is also worth real money later, because a fully recorded Porsche reassures any future buyer and commands a stronger price. The owners who reach 300,000 miles almost never do it by accident. They do it by treating maintenance as a disciplined, well-documented routine carried out by people who understand the car. Find the right specialist, write everything down, and stick to the plan without fail. Do that, and longevity stops being luck and becomes something you simply engineer into the car. The beauty of a written schedule and a trusted specialist is that together they remove the guesswork and the willpower from the equation entirely, because you are no longer trying to remember what is due or hoping a general garage gets it right. You are simply following a proven plan with someone who knows the car. That shift from reacting to planning is quietly the difference between the owners who reach the big numbers and the ones who are ambushed by a failure they never saw coming. What comes next is the one thing every Porsche owner must know about their specific model. Number 2. The 11th pro tip is to learn and proactively address your specific model's known weak point, because almost every Porsche has one, and getting ahead of it is what separates a long life from an early grave. On the water-cooled flat-six cars of a certain era, there is the well-documented intermediate shaft bearing to be aware of, a known item that can often be addressed permanently during other work, and it is worth knowing whether your engine has it and whether it has already been dealt with. On the larger SUVs, there are things like coolant pipes and driveshaft supports that are known to wear, and on some engines there are other specific items that a knowledgeable owner keeps an eye on. None of these are mysterious or unfixable. They are simply known, documented characteristics, and the pros research exactly what their particular model and engine are prone to, and then get ahead of it before it becomes a failure. That single piece of homework, knowing your car's specific weak spot and addressing it proactively, can save you from the one repair most likely to end your car. So find out what your model is known for, and deal with it on your terms rather than waiting for it to deal with you. It is worth stressing that this is exactly what separates a knowledgeable owner from a hopeful one, because the hopeful owner buys blind and prays, while the knowledgeable owner buys with eyes open, budgets for the one known item, and addresses it before it can strike. That small piece of research turns the scariest part of Porsche ownership into a manageable, planned job. And that leaves the single most important pro tip of them all. Number 1. The most important pro tip of all is to obsess over the cooling and the lubrication, because heat and dirty oil are, more than anything else, what actually kill a Porsche engine. Everything else on this list matters, but this is the one that decides whether your engine sees 300,000 miles. Because these are highly strung, tightly built engines that depend completely on staying cool and cleanly oiled to survive. On the cooling side, that means keeping the coolant fresh, keeping the radiators and their fins clear of the leaves and debris that love to clog them, watching for the first sign of a weeping water pump, and never continuing to drive a car that is running hot because a serious overheat can destroy one of these engines in a single afternoon. On the lubrication side, it means everything we have already covered: the right oil, changed early and often, never allowed to run low or grow tired. Get these two things right, obsessively and without exception, and you remove the single greatest threat to your Porsche's life. Because an engine that is always cool and always cleanly lubricated is an engine that simply keeps going. Neglect them, and no amount of other care will save you. Protect the cooling and the oil above all else, and everything else you have done finally adds up to a Porsche that genuinely goes the distance. Get this one wrong, even once, and the best-maintained car in the world will not save you, because a single serious overheat or a spell of running on old low oil can undo years of careful ownership in an afternoon. But get it right, obsessively and every single time, and you have removed the one thing most likely to end your engine, which is exactly why it stands above everything else on this list. The cooling and lubrication take number 1, and they earned every single inch of that spot. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to check the ebook in the description, and I'll see you guys in the next one.